2022 was the last time we did one.
Oh my god,
July.
really?
A bit ago.
Wait, was it actually 2022? No, it was actually somewhere around 2022. You know what we were talking about in 2022? Sonic Frontiers gameplay just got released.
No way.
Yeah.
Sonic Frontiers wasn't out.
Was that before the Ratatouille?
Yes.
I think so.
That was before Ratatouille.
If you guys do not count the Ratatouille, then yeah, holy shit.
The first Sonic Prime footage just got released as well.
Sonic Prime,
bro.
yeah.
That shit fell off.
Prime was it was alright. I liked the first season, and then the second season I was like, eh.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
fair.
the third season that was a fucking slog.
I didn't watch past the first season, low-key.
I just finished season 1, was like, okay, thank God. And then I saw season 2, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really dragged that shit out.
Yeah, Sonic Boom was much better. I mean,
Sonic Boom was so peak. It was so peak. And I feel like if I wanted to like actually make something, I don't know, concrete worth watching, I don't know. First of all, I don't know, the characterization was just off. If you replace Sonic with any other character, it could be any other show. You know, there's nothing Sonic about it.
Yeah.
I see that, yeah.
But I haven't even seen the last season, so
You're not missing out. The third season was just like the final battle was like 8 episodes long.
What?
What?
Really?
Yeah, basically like the scene where Sonic finds him again with because Shadow's basically like, all right, fuck this kid, we're gonna fucking kill him. And then Shadow and Sonic find him, and then they basically 9 just keeps spawning different robots to try and kill him, and it lasts like 8 episodes long.
And then Nines becomes a good guy, and then season 3.
Yeah, and then Sonic dies, I think, nearly. Sonic nearly dies. Sonic nearly dies.
Oh yeah, I saw a clip
and then-
of Shadow carrying Sonic.
Yes.
Reminds me of the DC comic, like Sonic X DC. Like they went through all the shenanigans, and then in the end, it's like, oh, nothing happened. Sonic 06.
oh no way.
Oh, Sonic 06.
That's the only issue I'm actually missing. I have them all physical, apart from the last one.
Was it good?
It was like a nice bite-sized, but the ending was like, it's whatever.
The only reason I bought them physical was just because, like, it's a bit late for me to start buying IDW comics. Unless it's like those fat fucking, like, big volumes.
I remember I had a 300-page Archie comic like collection. It was pretty fun. I think my first comics after that was the Sonic XDC, and then the fucking Invincible comics.
Oh shit, was Invincible out the last time we did this? Wait.
Oh shit.
Invincible
Comic, yes. As a show,
yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, as a
No,
comic,
not the new
absolutely.
season. No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Wait.
Damn.
Oh yeah. The first season had come out.
This is the question. We started recording or no? Because I didn't record yet. I didn't start.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
I might
my
have thrown.
god.
Wait, what did you think the fucks were for?
Oh.
Yeah.
Man thought we were just saying.
Nah.
We were just saying fuck. I thought it was cool.
I thought we were just fucking, dude. Like we were just like say fucking.
It is that's in true Ridercast fashion.
Classic. Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
Say one fuck.
Oh yeah, go on. Alright. Fuck.
Well, another. I don't. This might just be a Linux thing, but so my issue earlier with my waveforms was my mic in my actual settings wasn't turned up. It was on 60%, right? It just gradually readjusts itself. Like I just turned it up to 100. Now it's on 95, and then it'll go to 80 or some shit.
Do you know that like one setting in like Windows that has like like that weird like setting that like reduces your like volume or like whatever, like when you're like using like a voice channel or like a voice like thing. It depends on what like Linux distro or whatever that you're using. You'd have to like find how to like stop it from doing that, or applications having the ability to do that.
I didn't even know you were on Linux.
Master Race.
Is
I'm
it
also
actually?
currently on Linux actually.
I just started watching those PewDiePie videos that he's made about being on Linux, and it's like, yeah, I get it.
My PC did not have the specs to upgrade to 11.
Oh yeah.
Shit, really?
Yeah, and then I watched PewDiePie's video, and I was like, you know what? Actually, it's a good opportunity to do that. I don't know. It's just nice having a computer that just works again. And like,
Yeah.
I have an old laptop literally right next to me. It can only survive on life support, but I can just replace the battery. I put Linux on that. Works like a fucking charm now, and that shit's like 15 years old.
Yeah, I have the exact same problem. Like, I'm currently dual booting like Linux and Windows because like Windows is just giving me so much shit ever since I upgraded to like 11, and it's just been pissing me off, dude. Like, I can't use it anymore like properly. Like recently, another weird problem that popped up is anytime I'm like playing like some sort of like intensive game, apparently my audio interface drivers are fucked up on Windows, so it literally entirely freezes my computer for like 10 seconds at a time, like randomly.
What distro do you use, XO?
I'm currently on Endeavor OS.
Oh, that was my first one.
Yeah. It's a good ass distro.
I love Endeavor. Endeavor is really good. I eventually switched to Kashi just for the Proton, like the exclusive Proton version.
I've heard Kashi's good.
If Symfin's machine couldn't run Windows 11, then I'm terrified about mine because I've had the same laptop for like 5 years.
I think it's mainly the TPM like security chip requirement. You need like 2.0 of it. If you don't have a motherboard that has that, then you're kind of like shit out of luck.
Well,
I have been getting like those annoying pop-ups for Windows 11. So I don't know.
that's what I was gonna say. I just turned my laptop on and I was like, for the first time in a while, it's finally come up with like Windows 10 support stops in October. You need to upgrade now, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I have no intention of upgrading to Windows 11 before buying a new machine.
Please don't.
It's not. I have not seen any footage of me. I've not seen any footage of Windows 11 that I've been like, yeah.
I remember I got a laptop, Windows 11. First thing I did, deep-loaded the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Just deep-load.
100%.
Such a lifesaver.
Very fair.
That was like the first thing that PewDiePie said in the Linux video about the first one that he made about switching. He was like, "What do you mean I have to pay $100 for your Windows license and you still fill it with bloatware?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. I don't want to see Candy Crush ads."
Exactly.
Candy Crush Saga, bro. Hop on Microsoft Store, bro. The best marketplace, bro.
Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Imagine opening Microsoft Store and downloading Spotify from there, bro.
Nah, fuck off. Nothing fills me with more depression than having to go on the Microsoft Store.
Honestly, it's such a terrible thing.
Because I had Teams and I had to use Teams for something, and so I opened Teams on my laptop, and it was like, sorry, this version of Teams doesn't work anymore. You need to install the new one from the Microsoft Store. And I'm like, but it's a Microsoft product. Why wouldn't you have just updated it yourself?
Yeah, bro.
Why are you making me?
Like they do with all the other bloatware.
Yeah, why are you making me go to the store and download a new version of your app? Also, the annoying thing is like, because Microsoft doesn't make phones anymore, even though when Microsoft did make phones, that was my favorite phone I've ever had. But I've got a Samsung.
I used to have a Windows phone, man. That shit got stolen. Thank the heavens.
No.
Nah, bro, I got a new phone for it. I don't know. The one I had was really shit. Like, I really wanted the yellow one with like the fat fuck off camera. Like that one looks so nice. And also, before they updated it, you had like free YouTube Premium. Because you wouldn't have a YouTube app, you would just have to go on the browser and you could turn your phone screen off while a video was playing, and it would just carry on.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
They just patched that shit out, and I like. But then that happened, I was like, now there's nothing worth having on this phone.
Fuck.
I was so pissed.
That might have been my first smartphone, because I had a phone before that, but it wasn't like any of that stuff. But yeah, my Nokia Lumia is what it was called.
Oh, yeah.
They rebranded it as the Windows Phone because they put Windows 8 on it, even though it was shit.
My first phone was a Samsung Galaxy S2.
Oh shit!
I feel so fucking old. S2 was nice.
Damn.
You feel old. My brother in Christ. At least that was a smartphone,
bro. When I met you lot, I was 16. I'm 22, bro.
Damn.
Terrifying.
It's really terrifying.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Bricks, put up a picture of the first phone I had.
If you can find it.
Really, really bad. Yeah, I'm not even sure. Probably lost
crazy,
to history
bro.
now.
I remember playing the Injustice game on my S2.
Okay, Injustice, Gods Among Us.
Did that even work on there?
What phone games that I got? Gravity Guy? Oh my god.
Oh my god, Gravity Guy, bro. I used to play that show on Miniclip.
Miniclip game.
Yeah!
Oh, Miniclip.
Fucking hell.
Such a heavenly place. And then a few years later we get the Hello Flash is dying. So.
True.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a workaround for that though?
I think there is.
Probably.
There definitely is. Yeah, the internet. Yeah, 100%.
Flash is still alive, actually, just not in browsers apparently.
That doesn't stop it from being really fucking annoying every time I want to go look at something from like look at a game that was on a website from like 2010 or something, and it's just you just can't play it. You straight up it's lost to time. I remember when my dad first got the iPhone, and like the only games that were out, like one of the first ones was like you just trying to throw a paper ball into a bin.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I had that one.
Yeah.
Those peak.
There's also the other one where you throw like big things at some nerd working at a PC. You just chuck things at him.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Another app I had on my dad's phone was like the beer app where you can like tilt the phone and you can like drink the beer.
What the hell? Man?
Like the fucking gun app.
Yeah, the gun app. I had that as well.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Where you can shake it
I
to
had a
cock it
shaving app. Anyone had a shaving app?
Oh yeah, because you can prank your friends by like vroom over their heads and everything.
And it's just
my God.
that and a like a flashlight, built-in flashlight app.
Oh my god, yeah, because they didn't have
Yeah,
flashlights,
because
did
they didn't
they?
have the flashlight.
It had the most unnecessarily like futuristic UI ever for some reason. Like why?
Speaking of the future, this is like Loki future not looking bright, bro. Like, have you seen like I'm not getting political. I'm not getting political.
Really existential. Like speaking of the future.
No. Because you know we're all God. Like the fan game kind of scene. You know what I mean?
The Sonic,
like
the Sonic fan game scene. Or?
Sega has started like hiring like people to just like. You know how Nintendo just like DMCA's everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Sega has hired people, I think, to like.
Yeah, for Sonic Mania, I think.
Really?
ROM hackers.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
ROM hackers made Sonic Mania.
Christian,
Yeah.
what was his name? Christian Whitehead. He was the guy that was responsible for the PC. Bricks put it up on the screen, but like, wasn't he responsible for the original like fan PC decomps of Sonic CD?
Yes.
And then they hired him to work on Mania.
Well, it was mobile.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, mobile, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
So I think they've sent out like Sonic, like Sega ninjas, to just like take stuff down, and it's just like, I don't know. I'm just a little worried about the future, especially with like did you know Melee Melee modders charge for their mods?
I did see this on your. I saw this on your Twitter.
For mods?
They charge for mods.
How would you do that though? Like, isn't that like not allowed?
Completely illegal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, like could like you sell a writer's patch like as a mod? Is that the same thing they're doing?
I mean, their mods are cosmetic, but like even in like
I don't like that laugh.
Someone
It's
tried in the
insinuating
past.
No.
Oh, true. To be fair, T used to have a Patreon. Yeah, but that's like, to be fair, if it's for Discord, it's not.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's fine. That's
enough.
perfectly fine.
No, but I've heard of the Patreon. That's insane.
It was a little bit of a legal gray area as well. Like it wasn't like we weren't selling the patch on there, but we were like selling something like beside it, and it was a bit weird.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like codes, like Gecko codes?
Yeah.
Codes, yeah. I put my rainbow trail code on there, and Air King thought I stole it.
Yeah, I remember that exact thing happening.
Classic, bro. Classic.
I still have one unused like training session credit.
Oh shit! You're gonna hop on that. You're gonna get pro tag. Like, hey, I have a credit, bro. You gotta train me.
But there's no rider shit happening, isn't there?
There is.
I'd give the mic to E10 because he handled the juicy part. You know, the coding and the assembling of everything, bringing it together.
I think it was around. I'll use in T dates because I remember those like very very well. Around the release of 2.1 or 2.1.5, I think. I was getting really into like how the whole thing was like set up and modded, the tools and everything. Like how exactly the back end of everything worked. I saw someone, I don't remember if it was Jotron, I think. He gave me like a quick rundown of how exactly DX 2.0 handled code, and it was like, yeah, just grab this like lines of code like geckos and just like slap them into this file at the very bottom. Boom, you have it. And I set up a random like patch that I think only like 3 people have. I think I asked you extra about the whole like how exactly you did the whole thing with 1.4.2, right?
Yeah.
That's when I started actually like using different tools for stuff and just exactly injected it into specific files. This is where I actually like got the first glimpse of what assembly code is, and then I like wanted to gush my eyes out. And from there, I like made a different patch. I was like searching for a name for it until I just said, a lot of the melee mods are like project something, project this, project that. I'm gonna just call it like the base of like the mod I'm using. And I'm gonna just call it Project 142. Then it came an era, a lot of the people in my circle, we were basically glorifying DX 1.0. We started to feel like it started to become more weird to play as. We started hanging on to like 2021, 2022 with DX 1.0 and like how we had like, 60 people tournament every time, or like big money over here, big money over there. We had good players, we had this and that. It's like, maybe the X 1.0 was kind of goated. Then I like went on a streak of like searching exactly how everything worked in that. And from there I started just modifying the X 1.0 as a base and did the whole thing again. For simplicity, I just called it the X 1.1 and just kept it as a closed project and like for a friend group and that's it.
When did you think that, okay, what if I can make this to like its own patch, a community of its own?
After a deep point in development of 1.1, I was dealing with a lot of assembly shit, and every time I was getting with even more limits of shit I cannot do because I don't know assembly that way. Serki just told me, why not use a decomp of like the T decomp and just like scoop up with the T code? True, but I don't know C++, like the way, like that way. I kind of looked into it later on and it's like, shit, this shit kind of readable. And from there it's like, just swapped everything. Yes, I had to start from like the beginning again and just like from a clean start and do everything from scratch. But I'd say it was worth it.
It's kind of T 2.0 worked as well. I did everything from scratch.
I remember if I set up the server for testing before or after the decomp stuff. Actually, no, it was before, slightly before. Once we moved to the decomp, I started doing the visuals for like making it different from what it was. We found out one name that later on we changed it into another name that is now Plus.
The testing team came in privately. That's where me and another friend of ours, Supin, came into the server to help E10 set everything up.
Later on for the fine details, then Sinfon and Nayad as well helped out as well.
Of course, a huge help from both of them. I was helping E10 along with Supins fix up everything, but then Supins took a big break from Riders, like as a whole. E10 was working on the code. I remember I did want to help him with that. I tried learning C. He kind of told me as well, like, you don't gotta do all of that, right? So I just stuck to making PR mainly. I never really made anything besides things that look cool, right? Eye candy stuff like practice. That period of time, I was basically trying to create an identity for Plus, because one thing I noticed that is lacking from many writers communities. I went for a specific color scheme. I tried different logos. I tried different stuff out. Along with Frenchie, he gave me the idea of like using the melee background, and that kind of clicked something in me. What if I just stop using Metal City as a background for every graphic, because it gets repetitive, Every graphic is like, oh, Metal City, Metal City, Metal City. So I thought to myself, he's right. What if I make my own? So instead of just copy-pasting Melee's background, I just made my own Melee-esque background in Photoshop, added a distorted grid behind it and whatnot, added the colors, and then I made the logo off of that. I feel if anyone was to open a Sonic Riders Plus stream or see a graphic, they can instantly tell, oh, this is SR Plus, right? And that's what I was aiming for. I think we want to have a system of podiums always get posted, tournament announcements, Switch announcements, like regularly. TE will always, like, for now, be the thing people know as, like, a rider's mod. Plus is still relatively new, but I'm hoping we're able to have that,
like, sort of presence,
especially with how consistent we're planning on going. The help from Sinfin and Nayad, specifically those two, like, immense help. It was very good, like, the help we got. It accelerated the opening. Mainly, like, E10, I could not be more proud of him for, like, what he's accomplished, honestly.
I was gonna say, like, straight up, was like, we had the opening tournament. And then, how many players did we have?
It was 15, yeah.
Yeah, but, like, that's still pretty good for the first tournament.
For a new patch.
In regards to player retention, this is, genuine question. Like, how do you plan on, because obviously you wanted to just push out, like, 1.0 is just going to be the patch, right?
Oh yeah, I'll let E10 speak about that, but as well, like E10 mentioned something about player burnout with tournaments.
I take a lot of notes from the old times on DX, like around 1.0, the beginning of 2.0. The reason what keeps the player like coming back has to be that the game is like enjoyable. The whole goal with this is right now we have 0.5 out. After 1.0, there's not going to be any other patch. It's going to be the best it can be. If we have a game that is like properly and thoroughly balanced, we can just let the meta and everything like evolve by the player itself.
I definitely say the meta right now is pretty cool. It's all right. Like in the other 2 months I just kind of pick default. In T, mainly just because I don't really know what everything else does, and some of them are really complicated.
It's overwhelming almost.
In Plus, it's really nice because not everything is standard, but because the game is slower in general, you have a lot more leniency into the designs you can make.
It discourages being lazy and complacent. It makes people always want to get up and say like, okay, you know what, fuck it, trap gear meta, and somehow they actually work towards that, and it's not a crazy thing to think.
Game design and like designing the gears and like balancing of the gears does become a lot more easier if you have less variables to worry about, and your gear designs are simple. And they're, again, like easily more balanceable because you have so many variables that go into play on all these complicated gears, and like you're gonna be playing that balancing act for the the rest of your patch life, or like going back to the technical like details of the patch and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because I remembered the reason why, for example, the code injecting system is way different 1.4. I came across a weird issue. Well, not weird, it makes sense. But the issue was that as I kept adding stuff into the patch, the game started acting a little weird, and there was some weird memory corruption going on. That's because 1.3's code like injecting system injected it into like what I would call as a code cave, which is essentially like a uninitialized, like just unused like piece of memory or like memory area. It ended up overflowing and like going into other parts of the game's memory and kind of fucking things up. So I was like, okay, I have to fix this somehow. So what I ended up opting for is actually the game allocates the memory before it starts, or before it goes into like any sort of like actual game loop or whatever. It does it on the fly. Like it will check like and see how big is the code file, and then it will allocate it for you. So that way you will never have a problem of the codes actually like trumping over like memory, or like not fitting somewhere, right? Because it will always fit if you ask for a specific amount of memory.
Does sound pretty sick. Like it sees how much like the size is, and then tells it like, okay, just take this much. You only need this much, so just take this much.
Yeah. So that way, it dynamically grows. Basically, there's no need to like keep finding new places to like slot the codes in.
Yeah.
All that is to say, basically, is that all this technical stuff, it's all the stuff that goes actually on the behind the scenes in like writers just to make stuff work is actually kind of insane if you start thinking about
dude,
it.
100%. I've always been super impressed by kind of like, not that I know anything about it or understand anything about it, but the amount of effort that goes into it. You guys are always working on this shit.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. I had to dig through my brain to come up with like that solution. Like it was like multiple like days of me like, okay, I can't fit this here. I can't fit this here. There's not like space here. Oh, is this used? This is not, like, all this shit. And then I'm like, okay, wait, let me step back, and then like, let me try this, and then it worked. I'm like, yo,
Charlie Day with the fucking whiteboard. To be fair, we've come a really long fucking way. Like I remember,
sure.
I remember 1.2.1, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
Slipstream.
Oh yeah, basically no catch-up at all. Yeah.
You had to rely on your opponent just fucking up.
Y'all didn't have custom fucking speeds for shortcuts either, right? It was just vanilla speeds.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
So it was just monkey everywhere.
The modding was in its infancy back in the day. Like, not much of the game's internals and like stuff was not data mined. It was not known, so like a lot of things weren't possible as it is like nowadays.
I mean, I didn't even know how to boost shit until like the last couple months of 1.2.5.
How long have we been modding this game for exactly?
I say 2017, right? That's when TE.
2017, yeah.
Yeah, right. So, since 2017, I have not seen a singular mod or any singular piece of information about E10G's level 3 stun duration, by the way. We cannot change his attack, like, stun duration, because it's nowhere to be seen. There is not a singular piece of information on that.
The stun durations and all that stuff internally, they're a little weird because they're not in one, like, centralized place where you can change them. They're all across the code. Like, you have to dig it out.
Place. It's all over the fucking place.
Any plans on like making tag mode or like that stuff actual competitive?
Yes, actually.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, it's been a thing that I've been wanted to do. I actually never talked about it with nobody.
Oh, yeah.
It was just it's been on the back of my head constantly. But like I just actually never had nobody to play them with. I just thought they were fucking insane and awesome and great. They just like when it comes to a mod to the modded games, it's like they're never modified in any way other than like maybe allow everyone to play everything in fucking battle mode or something like that. They have an insane potential.
Yeah.
Especially tag mode.
I remember the one tagged like tournament I participated in.
Oh yeah.
I've never felt so cool in my life because I think it was post split one because I don't know what patch made it so you could pick any gear in tag mode. Me and Ludi made a team and we was corny as hell. We call ourselves the Chads, but the whole idea was we would both pick high booster. One of us would boost ahead and make turbulence, and then the other guy would just constantly be tricking on turbulence to refill the air so that high booster, whoever was in front, would constantly be going. It was so fucking sick because the second that someone would have too much speed on turb, they would go ahead, boost chain, make more turb, and do it again. It was the craziest shit.
That's why I love tag mode, because you can just think outside the box and just employ complete different strategies as you would in like a normal 1v1.
In vanilla, it must have been quite odd to do tag stuff because you had no catch up outside of turbulence. So unless you're not in range, because you're just cocked.
Yeah. I remember trying it out in Plus with the CPUs. I got shocked like twice in a race. I was like, okay, I'm going way too fast.
Wait, in Cannonball, in vanilla,
Mm-hmm.
it's got infinite air.
I don't remember. I think the limitation was that you were not able to boost anything.
Wait, in vanilla?
In vanilla and specifically on Cannonball.
What? You can't boost chain in Cannonball in vanilla?
Yeah, because of the special like boosting flag, I have to test it.
Boost chaining was definitely intended then.
It actually is a intended mechanic in the game. Like the literal code dictates, like it checks for the case of you using like your bumper to like boost at the same time, and it does apply a multiplier. Like it's literally intended mechanic, but it is hidden.
Yeah, I know we already talked about it, but big up to the art direction as well of Plus.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, if it's not obvious, it absolutely inspired us.
That makes me happy to hear about, like 100%.
I remember when we were in the Discord server and Symfin kind of put the link to the server in and said, it's open now. And I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? We're doing this again? Are you fucking kidding me? So I was like, I messaged Symfin.
Did you immediately assume something foul?
No, I didn't assume something foul. So I think I immediately messaged Symfin and I was like, Symfin, what the fuck is Sonic Riders Plus? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, I remember I joined and I was super impressed by all of the just by all the art, just by all the assets around it. And I was like, dude. Honestly, it super inspired me to kind of give the whole thing a fresh coat of paint. So
it's almost unreal. Like I know like the writers community isn't like some big ass community, like active members wise. I was just a fan a few months ago. I was like watching all, I was like, damn, this is so sick. What if like I do something like that for Plus? But then I was like, no, but then it's not the actual Ridercast, I'm still processing like, damn, I'm like doing a Ridercast episode right now. It's like, god damn, bro. Like I'm fanboying so hard.
Oh, behave, man. It's super cool. It's
I appreciate that.
I said that I was speaking to Frenchie. Big up, Frenchie. I can't remember what he said, but we were having a conversation. It was like, Bricks, is this... I'll try and do...
Bricks, is this a Rider's Renaissance to you?
And I was like, yeah,
bro. Oh no.
He's always been running, do you know what I mean? So it's always cool to check in on them every now and again, and I'm still part of the project team, and I love those. I love everyone who works on it. I've been away from the community for a while as well, just kind of doing a bunch of different stuff, and yeah, it was just super cool to come back and see that there was a bunch of new stuff going on.
That's why I'm really happy that this this exists, because like that was my intentional, or not intentional, my essential goal with making the source code and stuff public on TE, and showing how the system works behind the scenes, because that will encourage people okay, let me take a look at this, right? And they're like, okay, it would be cool if I tried modding, tinkering around, and then eventually it will like bloom. You know, someone will get so into it, right, that it will bloom into like a separate Riders mod. And you know, the more the merrier. You know, you get a wider selection. You know, you get these like features that one mod makes that you like more than the other mod, and it's like it's just nice, you know. And I love that.
Yeah, there is like a Riders for everyone now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right.
Got a TE. There are people who wanted a bit more of a, I guess, elevated experience, if you know what I mean. I don't know how I describe the X, just kind of like tuned vanilla up to like 11.
Underground, I'm not too sure because, you know, technically it's not out. Speaking of, Future, I wanted to speak about their art direction because Plus, initially when we were X, I was doing their art direction, like not for them, but like I was doing the similar style of, you know, underground graffiti and street style grunge. Initially, if like I showed you guys the old graphics for like Sonic Riders Plus, it was all that sort of 2000s street aesthetic.
And like you said about the kind of like the art direction, I never really knew what DX's was. Like, and I was working I've always thought the Sonic Riders DX logo is awesome. Like I think it's really, really sick.
Clean.
Yeah, never really knew. Even when I was working on the showcase trailer for it with Von, I had no clue what the art, what kind of identity to give it. Like you said, it's super cool that the Future and Plus have kind of like it's just cohesive. Do you know what I mean? Artistic identity is very, very strong. Like it's important to have that.
There's just no game like Riders, man.
There really isn't. There really
well, there's Crossworlds now, but you know.
Yeah, but no, that's bullshit.
There's nothing like
it's a skinwalker, man.
Right? Even Zero Gravity, this direct sequel to Riders, doesn't feel like Riders. You know, that's like how it felt. Like there's no game with like this much complexity. Like there's usually like stuff like Mario Kart. You get 10 rings. The more rings you have, the faster you go. We kind of have that, but in the sense of levels, right? So if you have 25 rings or like 15 rings, doesn't matter. Like you level up. That's kind of the thing.
Everything comes back to resources. The game isn't fun because of how fast and all that stuff is. I think it's fun because you're constantly thinking about something. Because for example, in like Crash Team Racing or Mario Kart, as long as you're taking your lines in Mario Kart 8, for example, if I'm front running, as long as I have maybe a shroom or horn or defensive items, I'm okay. But in Riders, you have so many variables, you know, and it all comes back to your air gauge. How can I keep this going up? There's nothing like it that creates a sense of adrenaline.
It's like it's so much fun keeping your resources in check. You're in front, someone's coming behind you, and like, okay, do I drop a NATO or do I like swerve off left so he doesn't hit me? That kind of stuff. You know, you're always thinking. Every game I think is like almost unique with your resources, right? It's never the same race. It's not like, I took my perfect lines, I got my level up here perfectly, I win. No.
I never really thought about it that way in terms of like Symphon said about the items thing. The lack of items in Riders 1 is like so crucial to what you said in that every game can be different, because I felt this way a lot about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, especially playing against my younger brother who's really, really good at the game. It just got really, really frustrating. If you're in first and you're in first by a considerable margin, if second place has a 3-pack of red shells, if you've got bananas, you're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Even a blue shell, which ever since it was conceived in Mario Kart Wii was supposed to be kind of like the great leveler in an item form. It was supposed to
like
stop first place.
Thing.
They created an item in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that stops it. If you've got that kind of like boombox that, you know, creates like a path, like a wave around you, you can just crush the blue shell before it hits you. To some extent, if you're intelligent enough in 8 Deluxe and you're in front, you can't be stopped. Which is really good for the people who are good at it and really annoying for kind of like the people who aren't. And it's kind of what Mario Kart's always been supposed to be, is a level playing field, like a racing game that there is kind of skill to and there is nuance to, but there's also just enough bullshit that it's family friendly.
No, I can agree with that. For example, like for the longest time, Egg Factory was it still is probably what the worst competitive stage.
Cave,
but like you can still catch up on White Cave. You still got long straightaways on White Cave. On Egg Factory, you have so many turns. You're not getting slipstream because of the turns. Like by the time it can take such a short time for somebody to be going the opposite direction to you, like position wise, and you're just not getting slipstream.
Yeah. The only long stretch, quote unquote, you have on that stage is after Volcanic Dip with the shortcut sections, right?
Yeah, so the only way you're catching up is if someone fucks up. I think Egg Factory is the only stage that hasn't really changed in terms of competitive.
The level design from like vanilla is what the problem mainly is.
That is the biggest thing with Riders as well. If not, it's just one of them. Is like it's not a kart racer.
Yeah,
because you don't have generic items. You don't have RNG to be like, okay, now I can fuck you over. You know, everything is in your hands. And I think that's exactly. And I think that's the most level playing field you're gonna get. You know what I mean?
Also, on top of that, like you have, you're also thinking about like always thinking about resources, but the traditional like racing game like thinking process of like how do I take this line or how do I like take this turn and make sure I'm positioning myself correctly isn't lost either. So you have two like both good sides of like like keeping your brain active and that such, because you have to like think about resources, air, and all that stuff, and then on top of that you have to make sure that you're like taking good lines, taking good turns, taking good all that shit, because even like if you're neck and neck, if you take a bad turn, you're already like you can be fucked over.
It's more about the player more than the gear or the character, everything does really come down to calculations and your own skill and expertise. If you know what you're doing, you can go a long way with like default even, compared to someone using a quote-unquote broken gear, which, of course, I don't think should or would exist in something like Plus.
Going back to the other point, that's why I personally love racing games that facilitate that skill expression a lot more. It's like it's just much more fun when you get to it's actually a fair match of who's actually better at the game, rather than some fuck ass RNG coming in Mario Kart, where you're just you're balling, you're chilling, and then you get what a lot of people call Mario Karted, where you just get fucked over by multiple items in a row.
Yeah,
it's like wow, thanks. And now I'm 20th place if you're playing Mario Kart World.
Crossworlds is the epitome of that. Crossworlds is really fun, but I gotta say, I've never.
It's pure party mode.
It is pure fucking party mode, which is 100%. Annoying, because being really good can actually net you constant wins, but there's a lot of shit you just can't do anything about. Unless you have that one gadget that gives you invincibility when you finish a drift.
Wait, what?
Dead ass. To be fair, Crossworlds ONT happened. That's a big thing. So you charge 2 levels, you go up to 3. If you have the gadget, you start charging for 4. You get invincibility. The big thing in Crossworlds is snaking. It's just Mario Kart DS all over again. Which is cool, but at the same time, it just makes the game super fucking sweaty.
Also, at a point, it makes it stale, This game has builds, right?
Yeah.
I was wondering about that. How does that play into the games? Does it get boring, or does it affect that much?
No, because you can always mix and match different gadgets.
Exactly.
So it can get really interesting, because you're gonna find something that's for you. For example, the person at the top of the leaderboard wasn't even using invincibility, but I just used that because I felt like I was getting Mario Kart like fucking crazy. Everything is still kind of in your hands, but the gadgets are by far the coolest thing that the Sonic Racing series post-karts have done. But like I was saying earlier, it is the epitome of Mario Kart, bro. You have not secured your spot until you cross that fucking finish line, bro.
Holy shit.
Because all of the items slow you down to a crawl. And not only do the items do that, the second, the frame you go on off-road, you're fucked. You're fucked.
No.
I agree. 100%. I had that.
The deceleration is out of this fucking world. It's crazy. And it's the off-road is by far the worst feeling thing in that entire game.
Oof.
I've been a second in front of that finish line, first place, sent straight to 10th, bro.
Holy shit. Oh my god, bro. Many people make it seem like it's just slop and unplayable, but I'm pretty sure the game is a ton of fun. But you just can't go in I'm gonna win every game and I'm gonna not lose, because no, you're supposed to go in with okay, I wanna have fun, I wanna escape reality.
100%.
It's not something you go into all right, I'm gonna wake up today and I'm gonna become the best player.
I look forward to release.
You played it for, I think you played it for 68 hours.
Holy
I think
shit,
I saw.
Bro.
I didn't
don't even think
I didn't close the game.
Okay.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's also this weird Discord bug I have with a couple of friends where like their status is not updated. So like the status that was like a day ago, I like see it on my like Discord client. So like when I look at their status, they say like, "Oh, I've been playing like fucking I don't know, like Minecraft for like 20 hours." Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm
Shit,
like, I don't have that shit open. I'm like, what?
I got to Legend 9. Like, I really wanted to get to Legend rank. I was not closing that game until I got to Legend. I think you have D. No, you have
I do. Thank you for asking.
C minus, C, C plus, B minus, B, B plus, A minus, A plus, Legend 9, Legend 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, whatever.
Oh,
whatever.
Legend 9 all the way to Legend 1. Oh, that's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
insanity.
and the craziest thing about so Legend 9 to Legend 8 is 1,000 points, which is crazy.
Holy shit. How much do you get per race?
Less than 10.
Plus 30, plus 20.
Oh
Less
my god.
than
What?
10?
Shut
What
up.
the actual grind, dude?
Once you get to high ranks, it can start going up and down very easily. 9 to 8 is 2,000. Legend 8 to 7 is 4.
Yeah.
And so it just keeps exponentially doubling, I think.
Dude,
Oh my god.
Fuck that shit,
You
man.
get, like,
Fuck off.
two digits, like 10s.
It's the same thing as most competitive games, isn't it? Kind of like chasing the dragon.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know what... I don't remember what the Overwatch ranking system is, but kind of like you can be the best in your role in that squad in Overwatch, but at the end of the day, what happens in that game depends on how good the rest of your team is and how good the other team
attack
is.
FPS is like not CS. I think CS, yeah, they have a system now for it, like Elo, and like Valorant and Siege as well.
But that's the incentive to kind of keep chasing that,
Exactly, it's like
chasing that rank. Do you know what I mean? Be like, oh, maybe I'll get it this time. Maybe I'll get it this time.
Yeah.
Me and Twonk were playing, and he like I remember asking the question. I was like, because I thought the constant losing because of items was unmotivating until you win, and then it's kind of like, okay, I can do it again. It's literally like a drug, bro. It's kind of crazy, but
Addiction.
he was like, yeah, I don't know what you're on about. It's a car racer, blah 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 blah. We were playing, and the entire day he just was losing all the fucking time.
I remember
And
that.
he just crashed
Shit.
out. He's like he didn't shout or anything,
This game's so fucking
but he literally
shit.
he just
That's how
like
he sounds.
he just fucking alt F4'd and he didn't play it. And I was like, oh, because he didn't want to just snake because he just thinks it's lame as fuck, which is fair. He had a very item centric build, which earned him some wins.
Yeah, he did.
But I think he just got to a certain point where everyone was snaking. Everyone's got invincibility.
That's the issue. If you're a competitive person in any way, playing a game like that is dangerous. It's just not really advised, is
Oh
it?
yeah.
Because like there is some control. You know, you can get really good at it, but you know, as we said, like there's so many different variables, and you know, even if you say Twonk is the best at the world at routing and kind of that kind of thing, if everyone's snaking to get invincibility, what can you do? It's interesting, kind of like this being the closest, I'd say, to probably Mario Kart that they've got. I think everyone was kind of expecting there to be, especially with the different types of, with the addition of extreme gear. I think maybe everyone was kind of expecting it to be a little bit more competitively focused.
Yeah. I do miss how Transformed was. Transformed felt like a perfect balance. That's by far my favorite one out of all four.
Yeah.
That game is just so good.
I think I still like the first one the
That's
most.
because you're a loser.
All right, well,
That's good.
Nice end to there.
Awesome.
This one doesn't even have any
That's
online,
something.
bro. I will say Mario Kart World is pretty peak. I really like that game.
have you played it?
Yeah. Once I don't have a Switch 2, my dad does. So I played the fuck out of that when I visited.
Yeah, dude, I went on vacation to America, and that was like that was the only reason I said to the family about going to Walmart, because normally we don't go to Walmart because they're massive fucking supermarkets and they're pointless. But I was like, we have to go to Walmart because there's a very strong chance they'll have a Switch 2 booth, which means there's a very strong chance they'll have a Mario Kart World demo. And I have to play Mario Kart World demo when I'm there. And I tried it, and it was slow, man. Probably the demo is almost certainly on 50cc. There was no way to change it. And so when I played it, I was just like, yeah, I get it.
150, the game feels really good. The game feels really good, and it's the only reason I really like it. And the items were pretty crazy, but now that I've played Crossworlds, I've realized I could be living in a much worse world. There's more Sonic Riders in Mario Kart than we have in fucking Sonic right now, right? It's fucking annoying. Like the grind rails and the wall rides.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cool.
It is cool.
Watching people on Twitter post their compilations of doing shit like that and just being insane with it. It's awesome,
They're
man.
insane at it, bro.
For real. They feel so good because once you pull them off, like, because for example, like Bowser's Castle has really hard shortcuts. If you pull them all off, 3 for 3, holy shit, bro. The feeling you get.
You feel like a god.
Oh god, bro. The feeling you get is like Mario Kart has never made me feel such a way. It's so good, bro. It's so fucking good.
I shared that as well. Like the game feels really good. The mechanics are kind of nutty. The only main gripe I have is like the intermission tracks that are just straight, long, boring ass tracks that I fall asleep to.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, please put me out of my misery, bro.
100%. Agreed.
And then it's so annoying because you do the straight lines, and guess what? You get to a track, it's one lap.
Exactly. So fucking annoying.
Yeah.
When I watched the Mario Kart World Direct and I saw some of the new tracks that they were like teasing, I was like, oh my god, these look like some of the craziest, like most exciting ones that we've got in a long time. Like way better than any of the new stuff they've been putting out in the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when you do the intermission track and then you get to that track that I was really excited about, and it lasts like it's one lap. I get the idea, I get the vision, and I like, you know, the more different stuff they do with Mario Kart, the better. Every time I kind of think, what the fuck are they going to do now? And then they always come up with something that makes me go, oh yeah, I never thought of that. Good to do something different, I suppose. I do like kind of like the grinding and the wall riding and stuff. It's nice to see some new fucking tech. You know what I mean? Because you know, Mario Kart 7, there was nothing new. Mario Kart 8, there was nothing new. Deluxe, there was nothing new. You got the purple boost, I guess, but...
Yeah, it's almost like FIFA at a point, reaches a point. It's like, okay, it's just a game. Reskin the graphics.
Yeah, man.
Wow. 24 racers as well.
Yeah, that's mad.
24 races is crazy. I don't really like 24 races, but Mario Kart World as it is now, I think it's such an upgrade. Vanilla Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, that had tech, fire hopping, or I think it was called, where if you were boosting, if you used your mini boost and you just like spammed the drift.
Oh
hop
yes,
going
yeah,
left
no,
and
you're
right.
actually totally right. Yeah, my bad.
But they removed that in Deluxe and they added a purple mini turbo instead.
The extreme gear. Because honestly, I didn't even see when I first played Crossworld, when I got into my first cup, I didn't even see that you could play as extreme gear. I just saw a kart and I was like, okay, I'll just play as Sonic in the kart that Sonic would be in. And then after I did my first cup, I saw the extreme gear and I was like, okay, I might as well do it while I'm here, because I started playing just as the demo was kind of like finishing. It was a weird like coming home moment, because obviously I haven't played Riders in years. It was like, wow, it's really weird to see them acknowledge this now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying we spent so long waiting for them to do it as if we expected Sega to reference Riders in any way in any future stuff. It was just weird to see an official Sega product like have Sonic on a hoverboard again. It wasn't very good.
There's not really much homage. I think they're just cashing in.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just because, like, they didn't even get the stances correctly, bro.
No, I agree. When I saw the first couple videos of gameplay like months ago, watching the carts jump and then just spinning around like insane speeds, like good, great, awesome. Oh wow, good, great. I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. It's Sonic. It's going to be a little goofy, but then watching them do it on a hoverboard as well is so much worse.
I think also what affects, us specifically, is that we have been playing Riders specifically for such a long time. This is below bare minimum of what they should have done. At least look at the original animations. Or so, like, try to go off of them. From what I've heard, it's just a reskin model of the
basically
cars.
Yeah. They control a little different, but outside of that, yeah.
Riders is really cool with its like animations on tricks, because like there's like a set of like animations that they do when you're like doing different tricks, like they grab their board or they like do some sort of like pose, and it's so sick, especially when you combine it with like you know them actually rotating in the air, and it's like holy fuck, they're flashy as fuck.
Same thing. Even Zero Gravity, the game that dumbed down the original, still had animations for like the tricking.
Yeah, bro. You had Storm doing the fucking Mexican wave, bro. That shit was fire.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's funny.
Free Riders had a few cool ones, but outside it, like Free Riders really made them lame.
I was going to say that I totally agree with what you're saying. Like, it is Crossworlds having the tricks be so lazily made like the kart tricks. That's what I'm trying to say. It's been a downward slope ever since Riders 1. You know, the animations have gotten lazier and lazier with zero gravity, free riders, and now Crossworlds. I mean, it makes sense. You know what I mean? At least they're consistent with their downgrading of it.
Listen, they didn't know what they had, man. They didn't know what they had. They had a perfect game, bro.
Yeah, and the next next Sonic game's gonna have a fucking ballerina like fucking spinning.
It's gonna be T-posing the
We
whole
might
time.
come full circle to Sonic R. You know what? Fuck it. Just run, guys.
Maybe.
Start running.
Oh my God.
Just run,
just go.
When you mentioned Dank, like the like we've been playing for ages, and it's like
Yeah.
recently I've just had the thought like everyone likes the idea of riders. Everyone's like,
but no one knows how the game works.
exactly. It's like, oh,
plays.
I really like hoverboards and shit. Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, skater shit. It's very Y2K.
'Cause-
Awesome.
Yeah, if you ask people like, oh, do you remember Riders? Like, oh yeah, but in their heads they're like imagining how the game plays. They think the board is just a reskin of a vehicle with the air system.
Exactly.
Some of them remember. They
Yeah.
don't know how it controls differently. At least I'd imagine most people who have like the nostalgia factor for Riders, people don't even know how the game originally was.
Yeah.
So they don't really, it doesn't really matter to them because they're like, oh, this is boards. So like, okay, thank you Sega for the boards, but we're like, but this is just like cheap.
Exactly. No one realizes what should be there. You know,
Exactly.
everyone's just, oh my god, the hair, we won. It's like, bro, you know,
Yeah, it's like
you just don't understand what Riders really is.
exactly.
That is cool, though. I get exactly what you're saying, but I kind of feel it maybe on the opposite end of the spectrum, that it is nice to think of the thought of a person who maybe played Riders for 1 or 2 hours when it came out, like, and now so they understand what they have the memory of it. It's Sonic on a hoverboard, and now
Essentially, yeah.
still being a Sonic fan now and being able to play Crossworlds now, and them getting the happiness and the nostalgia of that without any kind of like, without having to think about the nuance and kind of like the nitty gritty of it like we do because we've played Riders for so long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to be at that level of knowing how the game works to enjoy having boards in your game. No, you're allowed to enjoy it.
Yeah,
yes.
it's nice that Sega reincorporated it. I imagine it's probably brought a lot of happiness to a lot of people who, regardless of whether you
100%,
played it for like a couple hours when it first came out, or if you if you just played it again and again and again like I did. It's nice to see it back. It could have been done better, but you know.
To be fair, with the way that they have implemented the gears, like as in like how shit it is, it's not like I would want a Riders remake from Sonic Team as of current. You know,
No, that's true.
like this is probably a lot better because it would just flop again. You know.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, no, it wouldn't work now. Not a chance. Not a fucking chance.
Yeah, no. The perfect scenario would be like Sega reaching out to like the directors of these patches, but that's like, come on, man, snap out of it, buddy. It's like, Sega's like, hello, ProTag, hello, whoever the fuck.
Where can we find this Air King Neo?
Guys. Where's this Air King Neo guy, by the way? Where can we find him?
We want to
I
hire
feel like
Air King Neo.
if that scenario were to happen, people would be like not supportive of each
not
other.
at all.
I feel it's like, oh, pick me, and
The
only
closest
me,
we'll
right?
get now that they've got GameCube games on the Virtual Console, is a Sonic Riders on GameCube Virtual Console. It will never, ever, ever happen.
For $60.
Yeah, 100%. They'll pull a Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario
Listen,
Galaxy
man,
to it and they'll port
it could be so good. All they need to do is have a Riders 1, either remake or remaster, give it online. That's it. That's all we need. That's all we need. Because then, listen, we've come so far. We can just mod the rest in. Because if it's remastered, it's not gonna be in fucking assembly. You know.
I wish.
Yeah. Oh,
It's just interesting to look back on it and see, like you said originally, that there was clearly plans to have boost chaining in the original. Just how much detail they went into kind of trying to make it its own thing and completely different from Mario Kart. Because it was 2006, and Mario Kart DS would have just come out. And Mario Kart DS was kind of like still pretty true to the same old formula. So, and it was also what I would consider to be one of the most interesting times in Sonic, which is probably around 2003 to 2006, where they were really just throwing anything at the wall and seeing what stuck. And Riders was definitely part of that, and Rush and Secret Rings, and definitely Shadow the fucking Hedgehog.
Sure.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think Sonic had a really good transition to 3D. I don't know.
I think you're on crack.
No, bro. What do you mean, bro?
Dude, this could be an episode in itself. We've already hit 2 hours, man. This could
No, but like
this could be an
Adventure.
episode in itself.
Yeah.
Adventure
is so
honestly,
good, bro.
when I think of 3D Sonic, I go from Adventure into Heroes, 06 into Unleashed. That's how that's my transitional That was kind of Dark Ages after 06, because especially in my region, Sonic is not viewed as that popular because everyone just remembers Lost World and the flop of Forces and Generations.
Oh yeah,
was not that popular.
totally.
Yeah. Plus, everyone here is addicted to FIFA anyway, so it doesn't-
condolences.
Great game. That's a
Beautiful.
great game.
Guys, new FIFA's coming out. Get your same mechanics in order.
EAFC 27 now, isn't it?
26. God damn it.
Oh my god,
Is
dude.
it? It is 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really funny to watch my oldest brother, who's been playing FIFA since maybe 98, with the
Whoa.
opinion
Shit.
that he has, just like, yeah, it's just shit now. I might not buy the next one. We should just
Yeah.
be grateful that they didn't make a new Riders every year, and we're not on Riders 2025. Imagine a parallel universe where Riders sold 18 million. Imagine if they just never stopped making Riders games.
But one thing with Sonic in particular, I'm very happy about the movies. Some of the best video game adaptations.
Oh yeah, Sonic 3 came out. Sonic 3 came out. Wait, maybe did Sonic 2 come out as well?
Right.
Sonic 2, I think it did.
Maybe Sonic 2 came out before the last time we
bro.
recorded a podcast.
Probably. I think so.
Wait, what was it? 2022?
Yeah, I think it did.
2022.
I'll have the opinion that I'll die on, and everyone disagrees with me. I hate Keanu Reeves as Shadow.
What?
Ooh, that's
Hate it,
rough.
hate it,
Oh,
hate
that's
it.
rough. Revenge guac.
That was funny. That made me laugh. That one
That
was
was a
so
funny part.
completely out of nowhere.
I really liked the dance that Eggman and Eggman had.
General Robotnik was well executed, I'd say.
Anything to put more Jim
liked
Carrey
it.
in it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yep,
Jim
Jim
Carrey,
Carrey,
absolute treasure. And
Sure.
he's...
Come back for Sonic 4. I mean, he did kind of explode
Yeah.
on the fucking arc.
I think he's signed on to do it.
I mean, there's concept art
Maybe,
of
actually.
him and
Yeah, I saw that.
of
as
him
well.
like metal because there's
Metal Sonic,
there's
yeah.
going to be time travel involved because it's Sonic CD that they're doing. So
Oh, are they? Oh shit!
there's Metal Sonic and Amy
That's gonna
being
be
introduced
sick.
to the same
Yeah,
fucking movie.
Yeah, true,
Oh, right,
true,
yeah.
true. Hopefully, it doesn't get convoluted and the whole thing falls apart.
I don't know.
And then people would be making nostalgia edits of the trilogy.
Well, I
Oh my
wonder-
God.
Oh,
Oh my God, I
yeah,
can see it
10
all,
years
bro.
from now.
I wonder
can see
if
it,
because it's time travel, will we see Silver?
Not a chance. Maybe. No.
Oh.
Might see him in post credits
Post-credit
for
scene, bro.
5.
Sonic 5.
Sonic V.
Might be the movie after that, yeah.
Oh, to be fair, because they got humans, Princess Elise might be real.
Oh no!
That would be
Uh-oh.
wild.
Just
though.
erase the kiss from the canon, bro.
It would be.
Yeah, but then how do you put Soliana in it? You'd have to completely
Exactly.
change the whole setting of
I don't know. Just make it Venice.
I
don't know.
Yeah, true. They go on vacation. They meet Princess Elise.
Have you guys watched the Knuckles show?
I
No,
haven't.
I have not.
I have.
Is it good?
No.
Okay, hold on. This is a side question, real quick. You didn't like Keanu Reeves' Shadow. What do you think of Idris Elba's Knuckles?
I don't like him.
Honestly, that one is more fair. That's more of a warmer, colder take. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit too much. He grows onto you, but he's just not Knuckles. The thing about Shadow Keanu Reeves, he could work honestly.
Yeah.
But Jason
Yeah.
Griffith sets the bar so
Bro.
damn high.
Yeah.
You just can't. You just can't. Just say goodbye. bro.
Real.
You're never reaching that.
Oh, you know what I hate though? Silver's voice actor is Bryce Papenbrook, which is my least favorite anime dub voice actor of literally since
Oh,
even before he was casted as Silver. I was playing
God.
TSR when it came out, and I heard Silver's voice, and I was like, "Hold on a minute, I recognize that."
Here's one thing about voice acting in Sonic. One character, Jet. Oh my god!
Terrible.
Yeah, it was
Disgusting.
so much so that So when we played No Connect Sonic Freeriders mod last year,
Yeah.
I think we all rediscovered Jet's new voice for the first time, and we
Was
all
it
like
not Jason Griffith?
in unit.
Freeriders, no.
This Grand Prix is ours.
Oh, I forgot they changed his voice actor.
Oh yeah, they did.
I hate the jet fucking
Sounds
voice.
really bad.
Oh god.
I hope the fastest.
Oh, they did.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What? He did only the first 2 games, right?
No, Sonic Freeriders was the first. It was the first game with the almost entirely new cast. It was
Roger Craig-Smith instead of Jason Griffith?
yeah. So obviously
Yeah.
Oh,
it was whoever
Yeah.
voices Shadow now. That was his first game as Shadow, and it was whoever voices Jet now. That was his first game as Jet.
What are you going to do with you?
That's what it sounds like, isn't it?
Beautiful, honestly.
yeah, no, it's just, it's not the same.
Bro, there are some people. There are some like fan voice actors, bro. Fan voice actors on Twitter do a better one. No, wait.
What?
Sega owns Rovio. Why don't we just
Oh
fucking?
god.
Wait.
They have an enterprise of
my
birds, bro, and they chose that guy to do Jet, bro. I don't understand.
Should have been Angry Birds collab.
There was a Sonic Angry Birds collab, was there not?
No, let me look this up too.
I'm
Hold on.
fairly certain
I don't
that was the
remember.
whole thing because they bought it. Sonic the Hedgehog X Angry Birds. The crossover lasted from March 14th to March 21st,
Oh
2024.
my god, no.
Sonic characters appeared
What
in
is
Angry Birds
that?
2. Angry Birds
Oh,
characters
God.
appeared in Sonic Dash.
Oh wait,
Funny as fuck.
Dash?
And fucking Sonic
Why?
Dash, bro.
Why is it the movie models
Dash.
of the birds? That's so ugly.
That's why they did it, because the Sonic 4, there's going to be Angry Birds in it.
yeah.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, for sure.
For a brief moment, he thought I was being serious. So, what?
I was like,
Shut
wait,
up.
wait, hold on. What are you talking about? Sonic 4 Angry Birds.
Oh my god.
Shout out Breaking Bad, Sonic 06.
Shit, break it.
Jesse. Jesse, where are you? Hold on, Mr. White.
Jesse Chaos Control. That was my main thing with Idris Elba.
Oh, yeah.
That he was just a little bit too full on
Dude,
in Sonic 2. Like,
Hello,
it's funny because obviously the whole point is that he comes from a completely different kind of like way of life. So he's a warrior, and he speaks the whole time like a warrior. He doesn't have an off switch.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is also really weird because I was gonna try and excuse it and be like, you know, Idris Elba is an actor, not a voice actor.
Yeah.
But he's also
Exactly,
really good as
that's it.
Bogo in Zootopia.
Yeah. I think it's the voice direction, maybe. Because in the games, Knuckles doesn't necessarily speak like a warrior.
It's probably
Then
the
again,
voice
this is a
direction.
very fresh Knuckles. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
Fresh off the bat, just met him.
I think I thought I had the same problem with Keanu Reeves as I did with Idris Elba, and sometimes I kind of thought that Keanu Reeves was just a bit too full on. But honestly, now that I think about it, I think it genuinely is just no one's going to do it better than Jason Griffith.
I agree.
It just can't be done, man.
You set the bar so high.
Especially originally, I thought it was going to be Hayden Christensen, who was Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what,
Oh yeah,
that might
I was
fucking
so
work.
excited for that.
But then
Yeah.
I'm glad they did Keanu Reeves because it made it so much more massive. You know what I mean? Because it's
Marketable as
Keanu
well.
Reeves. He is he's the new, what is the word? Fucking Bruce Willis. He's the new action movie star. So
Why not Jason though? What happened with Jason not being Sonic anymore, like Sonic or Shadow anymore? They just wanted someone new.
they kicked out all of the cast that was licensed. Bricks put up actually what happened on the screen, so I don't look like a fucking idiot. But as far as I'm aware, they were all licensed under 4Kids, which was the as far as I'm aware, the animation studio that made Sonic X, which is where
Right.
all of them kind of like started. As far as I'm aware, I think Jason
Griffith
Griffiths
was the Sonic X.
Yeah.
yeah. And basically at some point around 2009, 2010, they just kicked them all off. All of them.
Wow.
Except for obviously the guy who voices Eggman, because for some reason Jason Griffith is replaceable as an actor, but Eggman isn't,
Eggman isn't. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
which is bizarre because I'd argue it's far harder to do Sonic the Hedgehog right than it is to do trademark default evil genius doctor.
One thing I'm really glad they did is that they didn't get the Sonic Prime voice actor to the games.
That'd be funny.
Like, okay, what do you guys think of Ben Schwartz?
I think he works for the movies because their like depiction. Yeah,
He
their
works as a
depiction
young
of Sonic
Sonic,
is
right?
I'm a childish little
Religious.
cunt who's going to annoy you to death. You know.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still learning about life and like who I am, basically.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be like a
So
childish
I'm allowed to be
self-insert for the
annoying.
kids watching, I think.
That's an arc that Sonic at least when he's being voiced, never really goes through, because he goes through that in Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, but there's no voice acting in that. And Jason Griffith would have sucked doing that because that story is debatably a little bit more mature. Jason Griffith wouldn't have worked in the Sonic movies.
Frontier's voice direction. Yeah.
I liked Frontier's voice direction.
Honestly, I'm playing through Frontiers right now. It's kind of off-putting because I'm so used to like Sonic, how he normally speaks.
Hey! Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, but it fits quite well with the game's theme. Although I think it wouldn't have hurt to keep the same good old voice direction.
Sonic post 2010, but post 20, post I don't know, just post Free Riders. There's just been such a dip in it's not just in game quality, because we've been up and down since 3D, you know, but like in 100%. Everything else, we've just been on a decline, you know. Like we had Mania was probably the best kind of performance we're getting.
I guess Shadow Gens
was like, the gameplay of Shadow Gens isn't my cup of tea, I'm gonna be honest. Frontiers was also not really my cup. I just have nitpicks with their character controller, and it's just like you can see the amateur really show in like small things. Because obviously you have this complete package, you have a lot of people happy with it, but like it's stuff like, why can't I boost after I stomp, you know, in the air? You know, why can't I like homing attack? I think it's, I don't know, why can't, if I'm air boosting to a spring, why can't I air boost after I hit another spring, you know? Yeah. And it's just like small stuff like that. It's very amateur, you know? Just make a good character controller, make something that's smooth, the animation's choppy. And it's not just with gameplay and stuff, it's for story. If they wanted to tug our heartstrings in the 2000s, you know, you had shit like fucking Eraser Jin and Shara's failed relationship and how he's just a crazy manipulator. In Black Knight, you had, I don't want everything to die.
Yeah, so I'm going to create a world that lasts forever.
Exactly, bro. And it's just like, that's the type of shit that makes me feel something. But in Frontiers, they tried to make me feel something for Sage by putting la 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 in the background, bro. I'm like, this is amateur, bro. Yeah. It's just shit. And like, my biggest peeve with Sonic fans is the hyper optimism. Everyone's too happy for what we're getting, you know? It's like, oh, yummy slop, delicious, let me have more, you know? And we are getting better, but like, we're not there yet, and we've been there before.
For the record, I 100% agree with the fact that Sonic games previously were a lot more kind of like emotionally impactful and dealt with a lot of darker themes than the ones that we have now. You could tell in that era, in the same way that Shadow the Hedgehog as a game, you know, as much as people kind of be, well, the edge and the cringeworthy of it. Shadow the Hedgehog, if you care about the character, and it's a dark game. The whole thing is very, very dark. You could tell that's the direction. They clearly wanted Sonic to kind of be more mature, which is why Sonic 06 exists, for crying out loud. The whole point is that with that generation of games consoles, they wanted to completely rebrand Sonic and do it as a far more mature thing and bring in a whole new audience. And, you know, Secret Rings and Black Knight were a extension of that. And then it all failed. With Colors, they kind of Disneyified the whole thing. You know what I mean? But it's also weird to hear Symphing kind of talk about it, criticize Sonic fans for being hyper optimistic when all I see on Twitter still is people being hyper negative about it, man.
Sonic fans are a weird spectrum.
Yeah, we have two extremes.
Over the position of Sonic's quills, the length of Sonic's quills in the Frontiers model, you know, stuff like that.
Interestingly enough, Shadow the Hedgehog was also like kind of released in the, like, you know, the theme kind of makes sense to me because it was released in the era of like, you know, like emo rock or you know, like the edgelord type shit that was going on.
I think that era of 05 to 08 is like dominated by a lot of what kind of games, you know? I'm not sure what games did come out at that time. I think like around 2009 to 2012, like you got the Uncharted series, Last of Us. These sort of games, adventure games, were really popular, which is what I think Unleashed tried to do. And I personally think did very well. I love Unleashed, best Sonic game. Sonic had to catch on, but I think it just couldn't with 06 being, you know, how it is.
Again, imagine a parallel universe where Sonic kind of going down these more emotionally impactful storylines. Imagine if it sold like ridiculously well, and that was the Sonic we had now. I think Symphony would probably be more happy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone would have been more happy like that, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It's not that weird to say that Sonic is kind of underground. Pre-movies, maybe. It wouldn't even be that like crazy to say, even though like Sonic is nowhere near like being an underground thing. It's not as big as people would expect, at least I think.
And part of that is because the games don't sell well that much anymore.
Exactly.
I was going to say in terms of like, because Symphon's got a more negative opinion on the way that Sonic's been going, and I was honestly going to disagree and say, I mean, I don't know, man. I really, really liked Frontiers, and I thought as a whole package it was really good. And then I started thinking about the way Sonic controls in cyberspace, and then I agree.
Bro, literally, all of cyberspace.
Because I just started getting back into it. I just started replaying it, dude.
Controls like that. I don't get why he controls like that, honestly. Like, in the normal, like, open world section, it's like, fine. In cyberspace, it's like, what the fuck am I playing?
It's just bizarre.
Who made this? Did you guys forget to code this part?
The air boost makes you travel like at the speed of light.
What do you guys think of right trigger boost instead of square, like X?
In Frontiers, it's a change that had to happen. Just because of the moves that you have in the game.
Because the combat.
Yeah, true.
It also works in a game where at the start Sonic is so fucking slow that you do need to constantly it's not even the you have to keep the boost held down. Like, you don't have to keep the right trigger held down, because the first boost of speed when you press the right trigger is massive, and you do kind of travel at quite a fast speed, but then the boost just kind of dies out, and you have to constantly keep repressing the right trigger. That's what I found anyway, especially since there's no downward momentum.
Sonic's never had downward momentum.
I know. I just hoped he did in an open world game, especially an open world game where the first world is basically a massive fucking field. Yeah, I would have hated if it was the X button still, and I was just mashing X the whole fucking time.
I just think it works in Frontiers. Like, for example, when they made Shadow Gens in normal gens, they also put boost on right trigger, which I guess makes sense for stuff like, because like the slide and stuff is it's used a lot more in Unleashed and gens. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. I put it back on square for vanilla gens.
I still haven't played Shadow Gens.
It's good. It's okay.
Let's get into
it's pretty good. But I played it once and I'm never touching it again, just because.
For someone like yourself who said that you miss when the Sonic games used to be kind of like more emotionally hard hitting, didn't you think that the Shadow Gen story was a little bit more leaning towards that?
Yeah, I feel like it was leaning towards that.
Oh, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's the same.
No, the gameplay for him doesn't match up to it.
Yeah,
it's like you want to get through the gameplay just to get through the cutscene, and that's it.
Shit, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a terrible way of making a game.
Yeah. I think in Symphon's case, look, as many people love the Shadows like gameplay. The stage what do you think of the stage design?
Where's the slide, bro? I actually counted. I counted on my fingers that you use the slide 2 times in the entire campaign. In the game where Shadow cries, like, I would have expected to feel a little bit more. I don't know. I felt more for Mephiles than I did for Shadow. I'm gonna be honest. Because Mephiles' whole thing is like,
that's a mark of a good villain.
Like, I'm bringing myself back to a time. He sounded so desperate. It was fucking awesome. But like, I don't know. I need to, when I get it on PC, I'll probably replay it and I'll probably have more concrete thoughts. But I don't know. I just thought it was a little soulless. Then next game, pray into the fucking gods that it'll be a bit more polished. Because that's one thing that just is lacking. They're just lacking polish.
I mean, I was going to say they certainly took a good step with the script writing and kind of like in my personal opinion, the voice direction. I really like the lower kind of tone Roger Craig Smith, and kind of like the fact that all the characters are talking about not emotionally impactful things, but they're talking about things that are a little bit more important. They're not just kind of being like Sonic, like, you know what I mean? It goes into kind of like Sonic's relationship with each character a little bit more. Which is just something that you expect from the comics, but you never would see in a video game. So I liked that. I liked that it explored his dynamic with, especially Knuckles. I think the scenes with him and Knuckles were very
erotic.
It's more sentimental, which is really nice.
It's also going to be really weird to think about in a universe where the next Sonic game is Sonic Frontiers 2, and it's exactly the same thing, just with as Symphon wanted, a little bit more polish. I'm not sure I'm not sure if I'd enjoy a second Sonic game like it. I don't know.
As long as I don't have to collect as many of those fucking medals, like token things.
We're completely opposite people, dude, because I fucking loved it. I loved it so much that I made it my mission to 100% every area before moving on to the next one. I was like...
No, but that's exactly why I hated it, because when I play Sonic games, I 100% them. You know, I go through every single game.
Let's unleash Sun Moon medals all over.
Okay, yeah, they fucking suck.
I fucking hated those. Those are ass.
But at least for Sun and Moon medals, you had to at least use your brain.
Then again, the fact that it blocks you from moving on in the game is what sucks, because the red rings never did that. Yeah.
Shattered Crystal
That
for the
sucks.
3DS has the exact same issue. They force it to be a collectathon. That game is not fun. Don't play that game.
Sonic Boom video game in the big
No, but listen.
presence.
Fire and Ice is actually a good game. Fire and Ice is...
You did say that, yeah. You did say that.
I think I only saw Rise of Lyric. That's
Yeah.
it.
Rise of...
Yeah, true.
What the fuck even is Lyric, bro? Was he in the show?
right
No, I don't think he was.
No.
I
Who
don't
is
think
this guy?
the show and the first game have no connection to each other.
I would sit down. I would just mark where the next token is. Go to it, figure out how to do it, and then do that 700 times.
That's exactly what I did, bro, and I fucking loved it.
It was nice when in the DLCs, they actually had platforming sections that, believe it or not, used the moveset to its advantage instead of trying to force the moveset to the stage like they did in cyberspace, you know? And Final Horizon was cool as well. The towers in Final Horizon were the best platforming sections in Frontiers.
God, they fucking annoyed me so much. Not in terms of like they annoyed me, so they're shit. They annoyed me like I spent so long doing them, man. I think it got to the point where I had to change the difficulty setting, maybe. Because I don't know.
Fucking loser.
Bearing in mind my laptop's so shit that I was losing frames, and that was
Yeah,
was
my PC
causing me
actually
to
can't
drop
run
from the
Frontiers
towers.
anymore. Maybe I didn't enjoy Shadow Gens as much because I was capped at 30 FPS. I didn't because I played it on PS4. I played it on PS4. God knows why the fuck it was at 30 FPS.
That's one hell of a dose of copium.
Because the only reason I bought it on PS4 is because I wanted the book that it came with.
Yeah, totally.
But then the book was fucking laminated paper, and I'm like, it was just like really shiny paper. And I'm just like, well, this shit. I was expecting a whole ass book, bro. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the Direct. It's so cool because obviously you got the Galaxy movie, you got the Galaxy re-releases on Switch. Thank God it's permanent, but they're charging full price for them, which is crazy. But ignoring that,
lmao.
They're selling a cool little piece of memorabilia, like the the storybook of.
Oh my god, yeah, they're making the Rosalina storybook in real
and
life.
It's actually it's
that's
fucking
lit.
it's hardback, and it looks really nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I was expecting from Sega, but I did get the box, and it's on my little Sonic shrine next to me, so I think it looks nice.
When I was a kid, I used to remember looking at the collector's editions that they announced, and specifically the one for Sonic Generations. I always used to think, man, if I had the money. Not that I would make any use out of any of it, because most of it's just collectibles, but yeah, stuff like the art book and the soundtrack, and it just all looks so cool.
When does the demo for Crossworlds come out? Because we could probably do a Ridercast plays of that.
Don't skip the free Sonic Racing Crossworlds demo coming soon, September 17th.
Osh.
I was going to say we do a second episode before, but we've recorded for so long I might just split this one into two.
Yeah, we could.
Because like the first hour was talking about Plus, so I'll probably just cut that, split it in half, and do the first one being just a, kind of like a Riders Plus interview, and then kind of just talking about the rest of it, make it a second episode.
I just realized we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, sorry man.
Like on my end.
We should probably call it.